All right. Well, welcome everybody to Fellow 101. I am so excited to introduce you all to the basics. My name is Jamie Munchin. I am a member of the success team here at Fellow. Also with me today is Emily Woodward, a fellow member of the success team who will be behind the scenes answering all of your questions. And then at the end of the call, she will be hopping back on while we have a quick Q&A. So let's get going. So just real quick, a little info about me. As I mentioned, I am a member of the success team here at Fellow. I've also been with Fellow since we launched this product, and I too am a licensed agent, so I do understand a little bit of the day-to-day life that you guys live. So a quick agenda for today's call. First, we're going to do a high-level overview of what Fellow is, how it drives leads to your team, and how you can utilize it to grow your business. Then we'll go into specifically how you can utilize your personalized URLs and QR codes to grow your sphere of influence within Fellow. As we know, that's such a powerful part of real estate. Then we'll chat about how Fellow engages with those leads with you through our nurturing campaign and your client's customized homeowner dashboard. Next, we'll review the property data that you see within Fellow. Fellow is like an X-ray for your database, and you can also filter and use segments for prospecting, so you ensure the right message gets to the right person at the right time. And then finally, we will have a Q&A session where we will get to as many questions as possible, and any that we don't get to, we'll ensure will get followed up on. Also, do want to call out that we love an engaging webinar here at Fellow. So please utilize the questions function or the chats function down in the lower right-hand corner to ask any questions you have or share any thoughts that you have. So what is Fellow? At Fellow, our mission is to create a platform that empowers real estate teams and keeps agents at the heart of real estate. Fellow is a lead generation and lead identification engine that also provides agents and teams a set of marketing tools to help grow their sphere and increase their business. Our goal is simple: to help you discover all of the opportunities that are currently sitting in your database so you can convert more of those people into leads, leading to listings. And how do we do that? We do that by creating a smarter platform that works specifically for you. Fellow's user experience was designed to increase completion and decrease opt-out. But the great thing about Fellow is anybody that engages with you through Fellow, even if they just input an address, we have visibility into that so you can retarget them. So we'll drive new leads into that funnel. Then we'll provide that nurturing and follow-up so that when it comes the right time for them to list, you are the person they go to, creating more listings and ultimately a better business for you independently and for your entire team. Now, how does Fellow work? This is a quick overview of Fellow. As I mentioned, at its core, Fellow is a lead generation and lead identification engine. We'll drive 5 different types of seller leads to you and your team. Those 5 lead types being cash offer, if your team has a cash offer program, traditional seller leads, home value leads, CMA leads, and callback request. And we do that through a few different avenues. Avenue 1 is through the Fellow journey, living on the seller calls to actions that live on your website. Avenue 2 is through embedding Fellow into your marketing. All of you on this call have an access to a unique personalized URL and a unique QR code, which will make you the automatic lead owner of anybody that engages with Fellow through your brand. And the best part, it syncs or integrates with your CRM, so those systems talk back and forth to each other. So you'll want to utilize those PURLs and QR codes on any and all of your print and digital marketing. If something is out there regarding real estate, make sure you have an instant home value call to action with that link or that QR code to drive people into the experience. The third way that will generate leads for your team or for you is from our nurturing emails. Those are the twice monthly home value emails that go out to your clients, encouraging them to visit their homeowner dashboard and stay on top of what their home value is. Additionally, the homeowner dashboard has supplemental calls to actions all over it, and I will share that with you in a minute, showing you where each different lead type comes in from. Then you can use your agent dashboard to additionally prospect and find the best people to reach out to about potentially listing their home. Now I'm going to dive into the product itself, and show you how to utilize it to grow your business. First things first, I want to show you how you can utilize those PURLs and QR codes to drive people into your sphere, because that is so important in real estate. I am in an agent-specific account, so if you go to marketing, yours will look very similar to this. If you go to this landing page function and you go to personal, you will see your personalized URL or QR code. If it's not created, don't freak out. You can just hit the plus button and it will create instantly for you. From there, you can create a personalized page that is custom to you specifically. You can pick your template. I personally like this one. I feel that it is the most mobilely friendly when it comes to the journey, which is what we want, because QR codes are always going to be mobile. And if someone's on their social, they're most likely mobile as well. You can update this graphic. You can update the language. If you'd like to have a video, you can embed a video. You just need an embed code from YouTube, Vimeo, Loom, a source like that with an embed code, and it will populate right there instantly. Additionally, you can update the way that the label looks, and you can choose which form works best for you. Now, one thing I want to call out is that the cash offer form automatically defaults. If your team doesn't have a cash offer journey that they offer, or cash offer program that they offer, you're going to want to make sure to update this to either the seller home value form or just the home value form. From there, you can rename it to align with whatever the marketing campaign is that you're utilizing. And you can go ahead and you can assign that landing page that you created to this specific URL. Then when anybody goes to it, they are going to link to the landing page that you created. Real quick, while we're here, I want to share some best practices that our top teams are using when for their agents to grow their spheres with their PURLs and QR codes. One thing that teams are doing is, if you have phone numbers, but you don't have any email addresses or physical addresses, is taking the PURL and texting it out, encouraging people to get their home value. Another idea is to post on any social media post that you have that's real estate specific. Have a simple call to action to get their home value instantly. Literally takes less than 30 seconds. And you gather their information. A fun win for today, I actually posted my PURL on my Facebook this morning. I've already received over 30 leads from it, and I actually have a listing appointment with the daycare director of my son's daycare. So just a fun win. It's very powerful, literally takes less than 30 seconds, and produces good results. For QR codes, some creative things I've heard of top teams utilizing are their QR code in their local area community boards. I've heard of being successful. I've also heard of agents taking the QR code and putting it on a postcard that they use for leave behinds or take withs at open houses. I've heard of teams putting up posters or signs with the QR code encouraging people to scan, and then saying nobody's scanning them. However, what I have heard is that if they're giving it as a leave behind or a take with, that the people are scanning it after the fact. And I've heard of multiple teams turning those buyer-specific leads from open houses into selling leads or selling and listing opportunities. So those are just some of a few ways that our teams are utilizing those in an impactful manner to grow their agent spheres. Now, I just want to show you what the journey specifically looks like. When someone scans your QR code or your PURL, they're going to come to this home value landing page that I created. There, they'll want to enter their address, and they'll be prompted with the journey that they'll be taking, essentially their opt-in. From there, we'll ask for their email address and their first and last name. Now, the majority of teams have phone number as mandatory here, but it can be optional, but that is a team level decision. From there, it will take them to their customized homeowner dashboard that looks like this, customized in a few ways. 1, customized to the brand and the team at hand. 2, customized to you as the specific agent since they came through your personalized URL or QR code. And 3, unique to your homeowner's individual property. Now, what I want to call out is how the different lead types come in. So as I mentioned, Fello drives 5 different types of seller leads to the team or to you as an agent. Cash offer leads, traditional seller leads, and home value leads come in from the experience on your website or the experience within your marketing. Additionally, home value leads can come in from that nurturing campaign. Now, no matter how they come in, they will always land on this customized homeowner dashboard. And from here, there are supplemental calls to actions all over it. If they click this, there'll be a cash offer lead. If they'll click any of the contact agent or contact professional features, that is how you will receive a callback lead. And if they hit any of the edit home facts to improve your home estimate, how do we calculate your home value estimate, or get a professional evaluation, that is how you will receive a CMA lead. So if we go back to my dashboard, you'll see over the last 30 days, I've had 6 cash offer seller leads, 35 home value leads, 31 of those being today, and 2 CMA callback leads. So what you want to note is that these 6 leads came through a long form journey. These 35 leads had to give a unique address or enter or verify their address to become this type of lead. And this lead had to take supplemental call to action on the dashboard once they got there with either a 2 or 3 click process. Now that we've gone over how your leads come in and how you can utilize those PURLs and QR codes to get them in the system, I want to show you how we nurture them. So at Fello, we have a twice monthly email campaign that goes out that is home value messaging specific. I kind of equate this to the Credit Karma process. Every month, I get 2 emails from Credit Karma encouraging me to check my credit score. I check it every single time I get the email, and my credit score has gone up like 1 point. However, I diligently check it. The home value nurturing campaign is of very similar mindset. And what those emails look like are this. This is the welcome email. Everybody receives this one time and one time only over the course of the campaign. If we have an address in the system, it's going to reference their address here. If there's no address for them in the system, it will be generic and just encourage them to check their home value. When they click the view your home value, that's when a block is going to pop up and ask them to verify their address or to provide a new address. So you can know every time you get a new email from the nurturing campaign or a new lead from the nurturing campaign, you're getting a unique address or you're getting a verified address. 15 days after someone receives their welcome email, they will receive a home value email. Very much similar concept with address versus no address and how that claiming works. And then 15 days after they receive their home value email, they will receive a market update email that looks like this. Then moving forward, that home value email and that market update email will rotate every 15 days so you stay top of mind to your sphere with that topical home value information. Just a quick reminder, if you do have any questions, don't hesitate to throw those in the chat, and we will be getting to those as soon as we're done with the product demonstration. So now that we reviewed how a lead comes in and how we nurture those leads, I want to show you how you can utilize Fello as an X-ray over your database and your clients. So once you have a lead come in, you can click into the property details and you can see specific information about that property. So here we can see who it was that submitted the lead versus who the lead owner is. You're also, who the property owner of record is. You're also able to see the property status history from the MLS, if it's sold, when it's sold, how much it's sold, for a pretty significant recent history. You also have your propensity score up here. And what propensity score is a number 0 to 100. The closer the number is to 100, the more likely someone is to list within the next 6 months. However, I want to be fully transparent that this is not a magic 8-ball or a crystal ball, and it's not going to guarantee that someone is or isn't listing within that time frame. What it's looking at is a plethora of data points and then comparing it to people that are currently listing. So it's going to look at how long they lived in the home, what the equity position is of the home, the interest rate, consumer behavior, their behavior in Fello. And then, like I said, do that comparison and it will give a range. Again, doesn't guarantee someone's listing, but gives you as the agent an edge up on knowing how much you should follow up with them or how to follow up with them. Additionally, you can see the home value trend here. Now, one of the things I love most about Fello is that they provide so much valuable information to agents. So we provide our AVMs from two sources and the two industry leaders that provide AVMs to real estate agents, CoreLogic and Adam. And we do that so you as the agent have as much information on value as possible. The number that shows on the homeowner dashboard is the one of the two that has the overall higher confidence score. So here we can see for this specific property, Adam and CoreLogic are both considered high confidence. However, CoreLogic is just a touch higher than Adam. So CoreLogic is that number that is shown here. Now, one thing I want to call out is if the AVM is off, don't be scared of that. That is the best opportunity to present yourself as an expert to your client. So we will encourage you to follow up with every lead. And shortly, I will share with you what that script is that we encourage you to follow up with those home value leads. However, when you talk to someone and you ask them, what did they think of the value of their home? Was it too high, too low, or just right? And they say it was just right, great. That's what we love about this software. It gives homeowners accurate information on their home. If they say it was too low or too high, you just say, great. AVMs are bird's eye views of homes. They're just taking everything within a mile radius and lumping it together. I'm an expert in the market. Let's do a like for like comparison on your property. Tell me, what do you think it's worth and why do you think it's worth that? People love talking about their homes almost as much as I love talking about my kids. So just get them talking about their home. Let them tell you how they updated it, what they've done, what they think it's worth, and then take that information. And now you have a really great follow-up reason for them. Come in here, use this edit home value tool, adjust the home value to what you feel the home is worth based off of the conversation and the research you've done, and then click this notify seller button. From here, you can make a custom message to your seller. You can just say, hey, Melissa, thanks so much for your conversation today. I went ahead and reviewed your property and I adjusted your value accordingly. I do think the kitchen remodel you did increased value. I agree with everything you said and I went ahead and reflected that. Then when you send that, it's going to send them a custom email encouraging them to revisit their dashboard. The next time they visit their dashboard, it's going to show the number that you established as the expert. Then when the AVM is recalibrated on a once monthly basis, it's going to recalibrate off of the number that you established. It's not going to revert back to the original number. So you know, and you can know, you're always in complete control over what your clients are seeing on their homeowner dashboard. Now, one thing I want to call out is just a best practice. If you talk to our highest performing teams and you ask them, what are you doing and what is one tip we can give to agents and teams to increase their conversion? One thing we're hearing consistently across the board is to use this edit home value feature in an intentional and proactive manner. Not only does this make it look like you care about your database, but it does truly set you up as an expert so that when they are ready to sell, they go directly to you. So all you have to do is, again, use that edit home value feature. You can adjust this slightly. You don't have to adjust it at all if you don't want to, but utilize this notify email again, but have different messaging. So this time say, hey, Melissa, was just thinking about you, went ahead and reviewed your property. A comp down the street sold and it sold for this. So I went ahead and increased your value accordingly based off of that sale. This has been very powerful for a lot of teams, and I would encourage you to do it as it costs you nothing, but gives you so much in return when it comes to those people when they're ready to raise their hand going straight to you. Now, if you scroll down a little bit further, you'll be able to see mortgage information, when they took their loans out, what their interest rates are, what their current balances are, location information, and then recent sales. This is actually a fun way to utilize this. You can come down here and say, hey, I saw a house on Brambridge Court. sold for 460 2 months ago, went ahead and adjusted your value accordingly based off of that. Perfect. So now that we've seen the back-end property data that you have on your clients, I want to share with you how you can use Fello to prospect. So in Fello, you have the ability, and once you grow your database, you'll be able to use this function significantly more. You'll be able to come in and you'll be able to sort by, say, high propensity leads or expired leads. You also could come in and get creative. Talking with teams day after day, week after week, one of the common objections I hear agents get when they talk to someone about selling their home is that the interest rate currently just is too high compared to their 2%. So one thing you can do is come in here and you can actually sort or search by interest rate and look at who in your database has an interest rate greater than, say, 5. Then what you can do is you can focus on those specific contacts. So I only have 58 records in my system, but 7 of those have high interest rates or an interest rate greater than 5. Now, once you get engaged and enrolling in Fello and your emails are going out consistently, I will encourage you to add on an additional filter here that is action related, whether it be a number of emails they've opened, number of emails they've clicked, number of forms they've submitted. That will just really tailor down who you want to reach out to make sure you're reaching out to the most engaged consumer or client available. Because what we're seeing is that they are transacting. We actually now have a report. It's called Real Sellers. Right now, I don't have anything in here, but anybody in your database that goes to market, whether they go to market with you or they go to market with somebody else that services your area, will show up on the Real Sellers report. So you want to make sure that you're capitalizing and getting all of those opportunities possible. Now, sure, there are going to be times where someone has a daughter, a son, something like that, that is an agent, and that's who they're going to list with. That will happen. But you want to make sure that you've done everything in your control and you weren't just out scripted. So I want to chat through the scripting. So with the home value leads and really all leads, it kind of seems like common sense, but I'm going to say it. You're going to want to make sure to reach out to all of those leads and attempt to have a conversation with them. We recommend a very non-aggressive, seamless conversation that gets people talking. It's a 3-question approach. Question 1, tell us, what had you looking at the value of your home today? I'm sorry, question 1 is, tell me what you thought of the value of your home today. Was it too high, too low, or just right? If they say it was just right, great, we have that answer. If they say it was too high or too low, we know what to say there as well and just adjust the home value. Question 2, what had you looking at the value of your home today? Were you looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Now, Ryan Young, our founder and CEO, who is also the leader of the largest real estate team in the state of Ohio, is very, very adamant on saying buy first and not saying refinance or sell first, as that will make a guard come up. However, that is a trick question. 99% or so are going to say that they were just curious. And that is actually what you want them to say, because then you can move past that blocker by saying, totally get it. And I'm just curious, if we had an off-market opportunity for you to explore selling your home, would you take a look at it? And let them say, yes, anything's for sale for the right price, or I'd be willing to look at it, or I'll have a conversation with my wife and we'll see, and then go into, great, so tell me, what's that make me move number? Tell me about your property, or where would you go if we brought you that offer? And then what you can do is take that information back to your team and say, hey, I have a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house in Fairfield. They're willing to sell it for $395. If you have a buyer that's looking, let me know. We can play matchmaker. And not only will that be phenomenal for both sets of clients, it shows that you're really working, but with inventory being where it is, it also gives you that little bit of a leg up. Perfect. So now just want to go over those 4 best practices again that we recommend. 1, use the market trends and play off of the conversations that you have with your clients to adjust their home value upward. I'm going to add on here, get in every 60 days and proactively update those values as well. Additionally, use those QR codes and PURLs Get creative with it. Have fun with it. I have seen them on coasters. I've seen them on the back of t-shirts. I've seen them on moving vans. I've seen them on shopping carts. You can really, any place that you have your name out there that is real estate focused, make sure that there is, like I said, that call to action driving them to the experience. Also, best practice number 4, connect with every lead. Whether it be a phone call, it be a text message, or it be utilizing the Fello system to re-engage via email because we know that they're getting their emails, you want to get in touch with them. You don't want to leave any stone unturned and lose out on any possible opportunity. And then finally, let's get granular with your farming efforts. Use those filters, use those segments, find the best people to reach out to, and use the public record data provided by Fello to make sure you know the best conversation to have that is relevant to the consumer you're talking to.